Lorcana lovelies. We're talking about ink today, and I'm talking about amethyst. So the purple ink, the magical ink, the ink that does cool things, the ink of sorcery, the ink of wonder and power. And so that is what amethyst is and what it kind of represents in the general feels behind it. Amethyst is a very strong color, and by far a lot of its strength comes from its just like amazing card draw. But it's got a lot more going for it than just that. So let's look at some of the cards in Amethyst and kind of what they do and what makes them powerful. So we're going to start with uniqueness. So like I said, the raw card draw in Amethyst is just great. Every color does have card draw, but Amethyst gets the card draw without the strings attached. It gets the card draw without having to do extra steps. You just get to draw cards. There's a lot of cards that just draw cards. But by far, kind of one of the coolest things that you can do with it is when you can draw cards and benefit from it. So cards like Jafar, whenever you draw cards, you gain lore, is just kind of like a great feeling of being able to do something that the color wants to do anyways and does so well, and then you just gain extra benefits from it. One of the other kind of unique features of Amethyst is the enters play abilities. So this is kind of like the bounce strategy where you have characters that do something cool or impactful when they enter play, and oftentimes when they leave play as well. These are very strong characters, and you're encouraged to bounce them with characters or effects that say return target character to your hand. So that's kind of what's some great ones there. The Merlins and the Mims are the ones that stand out the best as kind of like the bounce mechanics and the enters play mechanics, but there's a lot of them that you kind of might want to recur back and forth. The last one is the thing that is very uniquely amethyst, the like thing that it gets that like nobody else gets. And a lot of a lot of it is like tied to the Frozen franchise, which makes sense because the ability is kind of like freeze. So what it is you get to exert your opponent's characters. Exerting your opponent's characters is a great way to fix problems or stall for a turn or two if that's all you need to be able to kind of win the game yourself. Exerting characters and even exerting them and making it so they can't untap or ready during their opponent's next turn is a great and very strong feature that comes very unique to Amethyst. Next, let's talk about answers. So every color needs the answers to be able to stop your opponent from doing what they're doing or be able to push your own game forward. And Amethyst does have a couple of answers, but it definitely doesn't have like the answers that some colors do. Its answers often come in the form of two options here. One is big characters with rush. So rush is a fantastic answer to problems because if you're looking at your opponent's characters that are exerted, you can just kind of rush a character into them and take care of them before they do much. Now, obviously, they have to have been turned sideways at least once, so they have done something, which is where our second answer comes from, which is that freeze type ability, that exert your opponent's characters. So being able to exert a character with somebody like Elsa here, and then Elsa has rush as well. It is a way to fix problems, to be able to exert your opponent's characters that they may have been holding back, waiting for just the right time to use them. Being able to use somebody like Elsa can get rid of those problems before they truly become problems. So those are kind of the answers that we have with Amethyst. Next, card draw. Like I said, card draw is like the mechanic for Amethyst. It does it well, and it does it hugely. So some kind of core examples here are Friends on the Other Side. You just get to draw two cards. That's it. You don't have anything else that you have to do. You can just draw the two cards. We have Finders Keepers, which is draw three cards. The only downside to this is it's not a song, so a character can't sing it, but you just get to draw three cards. And there's other draw card mechanics as well attached to characters entering play. So like I said, you want to bounce your characters back and forth, and being able to draw a card when you bounce them is a very strong amber synergy here. Next, we're going to talk about analogous abilities. So analogous abilities, if you think about that color wheel, analogous colors are side by side on the color wheel. They are harmonious with each other. They share something in common. So if you have purple as your color that you want to be analogous on the color wheel, beside it is both blue and red, and they make this nice kind of harmony between them. So our harmonious analogous colors for amethyst in Lorcana in Amethyst, I said that right that time. First off, we do have the ability Rush. So Rush is shared with Ruby. It's a very powerful one. It's one that can sometimes, hopefully, catch your opponent off guard as they turn their character sideways, thinking it's perfectly safe to quest, and then you play a Rush character that can clean them up real nice. Next one that we have here that is shared with Steel is Challenger. So making your characters bigger on your turn so that you can fight harder and be able to take down their characters. That is something that is shared with Steel there. Next analogous color is little tiny characters that just quest for a whole bunch. So these are very easy for your opponent to take out, but they get you so much benefit with all of their lore, and that is shared with Amber. Last one I've got here is shared with Emerald. So it is evasive. So it's also shared with Ruby. I guess I don't have Ruby pictured here, but evasive is a very powerful one because your characters are safe. Your characters are safe from anything that your opponent could challenge them down with, unless, of course, they too have evasive. So evasive is an awesome ability, and it is shared with 3 colors, I guess. So those are my analogous abilities. Now we're going to talk about the opposite, so complementary. So again, if we look at that color wheel, complementaries on opposite sides. They share nothing. They are opposed to each other. However, when you put them next to each other, they make each other look nice and vibrant, especially in comparison to one another. And same can kind of be said for Lorcana here, where if you can get them to work together, they work together very, very well. For Amethyst, my only complementary color here is Blurple, so the sapphire, Amethyst Sapphire. Now, at first, there's, as I said, not a huge amount of synergistic stuff between the two of them, but when you look at them, one of the biggest kind of things that it has going for it is that Amethyst draws cards and Sapphire wants to ramp. So one of the problems that you get with ramp decks is that you often run out of cards to be able to put into your inkwell. Amethyst fixes that problem by having the card draw, the raw card draw there to be able to replenish the extra cards that you're inking. So that's kind of the gist with Amethyst. Talked about its strengths, its weaknesses, what it has going for it, its uniqueness, its analogous, and its complementary colors there. It's great to be able to understand the colors that you're playing because this is how the color is designed and what it wants to do, and being able to lean into that and pair it with the complementary or analogous color that you want to be able to, use as far as your strategy goes can make your deck that much better, and knowing what it wants to do can make you and your deck both very, very strong. Yeah, enjoy Amethyst.